Hey, everybody. Justin Cener here. How's it going? Welcome to tonight's webinar. We got a really great one for you tonight. And this is all about print on demand and wall canvas, home decor, and it's going to be great. It's stuff that I've been telling you and talking about for 18 months at this point. And I've got my good friend and partner Ramsey on here, and he's going to show you really everything that's going on. And give me a 2 in the chat box right now if you can see both of us on the screen right now. Give me a 2. You can see both of us. Should be me and Ramsey. Ramsey, what's up? Why don't you just give a quick hello? I'll give you a better introduction in a little bit, but why don't you say hello to all the people here?
What's up, guys? Thanks for attending. I'm really excited to do this.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And Vikrant, love you too. Thanks for the feedback. And I like seeing everyone be as interactive as possible. Really, I want this to be a super interactive webinar. Post questions. We're going to be taking Q&A at the end, but we'll definitely do questions throughout. Got nothing to pitch you on. It's really just about, kind of showing you print on demand, the canvas option, how we're making money with it. And we'll even show you some really cool kind of behind the scenes stuff that you're going to really love. And as always, like I said, be super interactive, ask questions, and I'll be making sure that all of your questions get answered through here. So anyway, we'll get started in a couple minutes. Just let a couple of the stragglers kind of join in, and we'll give it a couple of minutes. And I already see some great questions for sure. And of course, we'll be taking care of those, no doubt. How many of you have tried to sell canvas? Let me ask you that. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you've tried to sell canvas so far, and give me a 2 if you have not yet tried. So we got a lot of people who have tried. That's great. Also a good amount of people who haven't. I'm sure after this webinar, there's going to be no reason for any of you to not try Canvas Print on Demand. It's really one of the highest profit margin items, probably the highest profit margin that's out there for print on demand. So that's obviously why we like it. And we're going to be talking about it as well. And Mauricio has a good question for you, Ramsey. He says, Justin loves 8s. What's your number? I'm not sure if he knows. Let's see. What's your number, Ramsey? If you want people to just go crazy with some number. I already got 8s over there, so you need something different than crazy 8s.
Actually, my number playing soccer and baseball growing up was 9, coincidentally.
Okay, perfect. So when you jam on those 8s today, let's get some 9s as well for Ramsey, and that's his number. And Mauricio, I appreciate you bringing that up because we'll definitely be going through that in a while. So that's cool. And we'll get started in a minute or two. How are you guys' sales doing today? You guys doing well on sales? I see some people saying not getting any sound. Just do a refresh on your browser. I know that we're definitely getting some sound coming through here, so it's working well. So make sure you just refresh the browser if you don't. And like I said, we'll get started in a minute or two. But hopefully everyone's sales are doing well. Did you see my email marketing templates? I just released that today. Check that out in my group. Definitely a nice deal that's running there. If you need some done for you email templates, I got 97 of them ready to go. And Vic's right. He says, I see a canvas behind Cener. I do have a really nice, huge, I think it's a 40 by 60 canvas behind me, something that you could sell for $2.99, $3.99, even $4.99 in your store. So something that has high perceived value. Ramsey's going to talk all about that. So I think that's enough time here for some people to get in, and we'll definitely have the recording sent out automatically once this is all done and processed. So we're going to get started right now. And again, this is going to be all about canvas print on demand, wall decor, right? Things like canvas prints like you see behind me. One of the best profit margin items in print on demand, one that's super, super, super popular and can work in any niche. And I'm now going to introduce Ramsey. You probably know Ramsey if you've been in my group, if you've been in print on demand for a while. He's been, one of the veterans even longer than me in print on demand. And, you might know him from Thread Me Up. You might know him from my group. You might know him from a bunch of different masterminds. Bottom line is he knows what he's talking about. And he's really someone that, I lean on a lot for knowledge in this industry. And I consider myself to hopefully know some of the most out of really anyone. So Ramsey's even above that in his knowledge of this industry. He knows everything about merchandising. And, he has gone through what he's going to talk about, evolution of print on demand. And we're really kind of at the point, T-shirts are always going to be super popular because people will always buy them. But really the hot product right now, the best product, people are making the most money on, home decor, canvas. So be sure to give him a lot of love, give him a lot of questions as well, pick his brain because he really, like I said, knows everything there is to know about this business. You're already getting some crazy 9s right now, Ramsey. So I'm going to flip it over to you. And, we're really excited to kind of hear what you got tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that intro. Yeah, I'll share my screen here in a second, but just to talk as a human being first, so you know who I am. I've known Justin for the better half of like almost 5 years now, right, man? Close to it, at least. He was one of the early users of my first t-shirt POD platform called Thread Me Up. And as Justin said, I've been in the game for a while. I'll talk a little bit about my background, but I started online probably when I was 18 years old. I'm 28 now, selling on eBay and Amazon. And I was one of the early people to actually start in POD. I don't even think it was called POD back then. And so I'm really excited to be here, really excited to share my knowledge, what I know, and how I can, enable you, because at the end of the day, that's pretty much been my mantra and motto for the better half of 5 to 6 years in this whole industry, is to just enable people while enabling myself to, build companies. But I'm really all about impacting people, helping people. We have nothing to sell here. We're just trying to provide value, answer your questions, maybe show you some things that you haven't seen before, hopefully. And with that, I'm going to share my screen. Awesome.
Yeah.
You see it?
Put some 9s in the chat box if you can see Ramsey's screen. He's got a little presentation that's coming up now. All right, cool. Sounds good. All right, you're good to go there. Everyone sees your screen.
Awesome. So the evolution of e-commerce and print on demand. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this stuff. I'm fucking obsessed with it. I've been through so much in this industry. It's insane. We can trade war stories over Facebook Messenger. Hit me up. I'm available all the time. But bottom line is I absolutely love this industry. I love print on demand. I love the opportunities it has. And I've really seen it start and evolve. And it obviously started with D2G apparel and some of the early days back in 2013, 2014. And ever since then, with Facebook getting more expensive, with just more competition entering the space, the opportunity is still endless, but you have to be different, and you have to differentiate yourself somehow. And I think that's what wall art, home decor, and some of the additional product lines that have been made available through print on demand technologies can really help you differentiate yourself within a niche. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about. A little bit about me. I've sold multi-8 figures online in e-commerce. I have built a technology company. I have enabled others to build technology companies, so I consider myself a technology entrepreneur. I am an expert in supply chain and logistics. I know every POD app and the majority of their owners on a first name basis. I know the facilities in the United States, where things are produced, a lot of the stuff that you guys sell, I know or have relationships with the suppliers that actually make them. So I've been exploring the supply chain and logistics of this industry for the better half of 5 or 6 years now. I'd like to say that I'm a viral and digital marketing aficionado. By that, I'm still a student of the game, so I'm learning from a lot of the best people and brightest minds in the space, and distilling that information and trying to enable others, such as you guys, on this webinar. This is a picture of me, another guy who's pretty awesome, Yusuf, Ugar from All Over Print, and Kevin. I'm a growth and a life hacker. I'm fascinated with making things go viral. I love customer acquisition, customer retention. It's literally what I wake up and breathe every morning. And then on top of that, I am a startup advisor. So I work with companies that I think have vast potential, and I advise them on technology, fundraising, customer acquisition, how to grow their bottom line, things of that nature. I am the CEO of a company called Prolific. We are the e-commerce portfolio of brands. We operate in a few different niches. Who we work with, who I've worked with. I work with multi-7 and 8-figure niche follower dominant communities. We have an audience network across social of about 10 million that we manage and monetize in different ways. We've worked with celebrities, influencers, and athletes. I've personally helped many 6 and 7-figure store owners in a variety of different areas. And I'm currently under mentorship with the top e-commerce Facebook advertising agency in the US based in the Midwest that spends over $100 million a year on Facebook ads. So I've been learning a lot from them. What else we got? So why home decor? I think it all starts with mindset. A lot of people say that shit, but don't actually know what it means. In this era, in 2018, August 2018, you have to shift your mindset. You obviously have to sell apparel. Apparel is not going away. Everyone wants to equip their closets and drawers with new, funny, passion-driven apparel. I don't think that's going anywhere. That's not what I'm saying. I think that we can complement that with evolving our mindset into what other things we can sell people. And I had this idea like about 18 months ago to see like what we can do, like things that we can test, you know, products we can test, home decor we can test, canvas wall art, all that stuff. And, you know, I operate in a very startup mindset and mentality where I test a hypothesis. And my hypothesis was to see, can we sell a higher end item with more margin and how that affects our ability to acquire a customer. So obviously you see here, there's higher potential AOV. That is no doubt. Home decor is also awesome because there's quality branding emphasis. And by that, you can brand it. And if someone has bought a t-shirt from you, now they can have a wall canvas or a pillow from you. And I think most people don't actually put their brands on the products, which doesn't really make sense to me. That's also why I like home decor, is because it's very brandable. You know, like a wall canvas, if you see, you know, Banksy or Van Gogh or whatever, like one of these famous artists, they always have a signature on the bottom right-hand corner. Why aren't people doing that with apparel? Why aren't they doing it with mugs? Why aren't they doing it with home decor? It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm adamant about that. I think it's really important to brand your products, and especially if they're going to spend a lot of money to buy something to put on their wall from you. Another big point is it's a lot less competitive. Everyone and their mother is selling t-shirts right now. So yeah, it's a lot less competitive. There's a lot higher ad engagement. I'm going to talk about how I engage with ads, how I create ads in terms of their creative, because that's what I think I'm really good at. It's not necessarily just the targeting mechanism. Justin teaches a lot of that stuff in his boot camp. I've personally went through his boot camp. I think it's awesome information. I've taken a lot of courses from so-called gurus and people who bullshit out there. And I know Justin, you know, knows what he's talking about. I've implemented some of the stuff that he's talked about. It's real shit. It works. But yeah, the last point's really important. Less competitive, higher ad engagement. That is wholeheartedly true. By the way, I'm not reading the comments right now, so Justin, just like text me or something if something comes up. Okay, cool. Home decor is the future. People have such a higher perceived value, meaning they're willing to swipe their credit card for a higher for a higher priced item. The creatives are complementary to apparel and lower priced items. I don't see enough people take their winning apparel concepts and put it on canvas and home decor items. That also boggles my mind. I think that's the lowest hanging fruit. You ought to fucking do it immediately. By the way, I cuss a lot, so sorry, but I like to use the word fuck and other things to get my points across. Your advertising abilities, again, way less competition. How many people do you see selling t-shirts and selling drinkware and selling mugs? Everyone, literally everyone who initially gets in, because it's such a low barrier to entry in this market, starts with a low priced item. Again, very important. That's still a core product in our stores, but if you want to have sustainability over the long term, you have to shift your mindset in higher AOV. Not just apparel. You need to sell them. You need to bundle stuff with the apparel. They need to get the item that's going to go in their bedroom, that's going to go over their desk, that's going to go over their dinner table, that's going to go right next to their fucking utensils in their kitchen. People put these products literally everywhere in their fucking houses. It's insane. Good creatives go such a long way with this. You know, people use like, you know, the POD app, like mock-ups, for example. Like, I get it. You're not like, you know, Photoshop or Illustrator proficient. I'm not even that good in Photoshop and Illustrator. I'll talk about team building later down the line to show you how to outsource all this stuff. But good creatives definitely go a long way. I can't tell you how many split tests we do, and just all the different variables that we're testing when it comes to creative is insane. I mean, we're creating little minute differences in ad creatives and things like that. And I'll show you some of the larger Canvas websites. I don't even have that big of a Canvas website. Like I have a couple slides to walk you through part of that. But like, I'll show you some of the larger Canvas websites, and their creatives are ridiculous. Like, no wonder they're selling for $150, $200 a pop. Like, I'm still getting to that trajectory, but I have the path to get there. And so I think that's really important, and that also paints the picture that it's part of the future. And lastly, like, I know we're talking about Canvas, but I'm going to talk about some of the other items later down the line in this presentation that complement canvases that, you know, can also help you increase AOV that we've been testing and finding a lot of success with. Passionate niches, love this stuff. I only work in passionate niches. I don't do broad stores, if that makes sense. I like people with emotional triggers. And I like understanding, you know, the niches that I sell in. And so the niches that I sell in, I know by the back of my hand. And so I've sold a metric shit ton of apparel to them in my lifetime already. And so shifting my mindset, I practice what I preach. I'm the one who actually has shifted my mindset into this home decor vertical. And so I think chances are, if you're selling apparel or other items, I think chances are if you've tested or haven't tested, you 100% should try your winning designs on canvas items, you know, different size canvases. I don't think you're going to lose. You literally have nothing to lose to try it out. I know Justin says that stuff all the time, but it's so fucking true. Like, most people are just lazy a lot of the time and don't want to put the effort in to research. But I'll also show you how I research stuff, because it's not that hard. And there's a lot of, like, you know, royalty-free images out there that you can buy to put on canvases. Like, the barrier to entry is also low, but I don't think many people are actually talking about how they do it. And so that's what I hope to share with you in the coming slides. For some reason, what we found is, you know, late 20s, early 30s, early 40s, these products really resonate with. We've recently started to sell to old, like grandmas and like faith-based niche for another store we have, and they eat this shit up. It's crazy. So the demographics are people who have money. So you're not trying to sell someone on a $19, $20 t-shirt. You're trying to sell someone on a $60 product, a $100 product, a $150 product. As Justin's sitting there, a $300 product sitting right behind him. So again, shift the mindset. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to preface before I dive deeper into this. One of the biggest things that I've mentioned that is wholeheartedly true, as Facebook ads and Instagram ads get more expensive, you have to shift to higher margin products. Again, you have to sell apparel, get them through. Apparel is the lead magnet. Get the email, get the customer, upsell them on a higher margin product. And Canvas is the next wave. I am a personal testament to it. I have a friend who has a company not too far from where I am here in Chicago that runs a $30 million Canvas website. It's absurd, the type of shit that they sell. So combating rising ad costs is key, and Canvas is your answer to do so. I promise you. Increase your ability to acquire new customers more profitably with room to test, iterate, and optimize. I can't tell you how much fun it's been creating ad campaigns for Canvas as opposed to just apparel. It is insane. You literally have $30, $40, $50, sometimes more depending on how you price it, which we'll also talk about. You literally have so much room to play. You have 10 to 15 bucks for a t-shirt, man. Like, good luck. You're going to break even. You're going to make some money. You're going to get the customer in the door. The mindset with combating rising ad costs and shifting with home decor is about lifetime value. It's all about how much you can get off of that one email address, that one human. These people are not just email addresses. They are humans. It's very hard to acquire a new customer in the first place, but your ability to acquire new customers with this product, specifically Canvas, in the home decor product section, is amazing. You have $40 or $50 to try new things out. You can flop, with multiple ad campaigns and not bury yourself in debt with your credit card. Like, you can literally do so much with canvases due to the profit margins that they have. And we're going to talk about pricing and pricing psychology and why it's important. But that's a point that I don't want to. It's very important to understand that, especially if you're a newbie. I don't know who's on this webinar or not, but if you're a newbie, I promise you, you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun trying Canvas ads out. You'll spend a little bit more, but you can break even, by spending $40 or more. And that's just insane. So just that one tip, if you take one thing, that one tip is so important. I promise you, it could change your life. And then lastly, you can beat out your competition. People are all selling the same shit. They're selling the same shit from AliExpress. A lot of them are selling the same redundant, stale t-shirt designs that they find on Amazon. Canvas gives you a whole new world in terms of artistic creation or what can work. You literally have a canvas to paint. When we first researched Canvas, we looked at audience insights. We looked at different Shopify stores or different websites that were selling Canvas. We were looking at how they were targeting, reverse engineering their ads, their creatives, even their fucking Shopify order numbers. By the way, most people don't see that you can literally order from your competitor's website and see how many orders they have. And with Canvas, let's say you order from a website that's competing. You're going head to head directly with them in a niche, right? Let's say you're ordering a product from them and you see that their Shopify order number, they don't scramble it, right? No one really does that. You can see that they sold 1,000, orders. You're 1,001 or whatever. Okay, look at their website. Are they offering Canvas? Eight or 9 times out of 10, they're not. And this gives you the ability to not compete on the t-shirt level or the mug level. Literally launch a collection, 5 to 10 pieces, 10 to 15 pieces of canvas, and go directly after your competition. I mean, you have more money to beat them out now. That's, again, part of the mindset here. And then winning, POD and drop shipping, as I mentioned, have a lot of redundancies. The person at the end of the day who can spend the most on the customer wins. This product gives you the ability, especially if you're starting out, to spend the most on a customer profitably and win that customer over against another website that's trying to acquire them or poach them. I think I mentioned, people sell the same shit. So be on the forefront of providing customers with amazing products. And this product is insane. We're literally building out a new office here in Chicago. And I'm about to put I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the old Thread Me Up HQ actually. And we got a spot next door to it. And we're building out an office. And I'm literally putting canvas all over the walls. I know my friend Chris Hamsey from T-Launch also has it on his walls. I see Justin has it on the walls. It's just a fresh product. And it's super dope, and people will also feel that same way. So you can win and beat out your competition with this one SKU. Just talking a bit about how to raise your average order value. As I mentioned, that's really important. There's pre-purchase and post-purchase opportunities, especially while you're delving into home decor and canvas. And I'll talk about a little bit about that here, but just to go into it a little bit, pre-purchase, having a pop-up using, a Smart 7 app or a booster app. Justin has a couple of recommendations with Peak Ting or a couple companies as well. With Canvas, they're adding a t-shirt to their cart, right? You can bundle that same design literally right before they check out and give them the ability to buy the same design on a canvas. That has worked. It's some of the easiest things. People, think that you think people do that, but it's literally one of the easiest things. It's a pre-purchase bundle. You add them through an app, which we can recommend at the end. I know Justin has a couple of recommendations. Then obviously post-purchase, you're going to want to drive an immediate upsell. I like to, where you drive an immediate upsell. Let's say they bought, one of the things that we sell are Chicago city skyline canvases. They do insanely well. And you sell them, let's say they bought a canvas print of the Buckingham Fountain or whatever. That's a famous fountain here in Chicago. You then sell them another canvas. You upsell them another canvas of the John Hancock, which is a famous high rise here. And so as you start thinking, your mentality that you've learned with apparel and t-shirts apply to canvas. And these are just two simple things. I'm gonna show you on a couple different websites as well how pre-purchase and post-purchase work. Complementary home decor items that go well with your first product, as I just mentioned. We started upselling tumblers, which I'll show you. These products are killing it. There's only 1 or 2 suppliers right now that are offering them. There's just so much that you can do with complementary items. Bundles, as I said, saving for customers to pick up more at the decision point or before the checkout. Increased spending incentives, including but not limited to shipping. I'll show you how we make a killing on shipping as well with this home decor model. So pre-purchase opportunities. Our job is to guide them through with a purchase or with a purpose in order to purchase. So you want to increase spending incentives. Obviously, free shipping over 100 is what we do. We also monetize expedited shipping, even though a lot of the POD apps, you know, they have one standard. SLA, what's called the service level agreement for how fast they turn around stuff, products. You can literally add another $15 to your cart by putting one radio button that says "Get it faster," even though it comes at the same, turnaround time. The basic option is 8 to 15 business days for a Canvas turnaround. Then you say, hey, get it in 4 to 7 business days. And you add another $15 to really your pocket. That could literally cover the ad spend alone. Optimize the product page for home decor and Canvas. It's a bit different than apparel because there's more of an educational piece to this. So I'll click off in a second to a couple websites that I've been inspired by. But here's like a screenshot from one of the websites. Oh shit, sorry. Here's a screenshot from one of the websites. As you see here, this is a great app. It's by a friend, Arjun. It's called Shop Message. Would highly recommend it. It's Facebook retargeting on Messenger. But this is something that's really important. You can see free U.S. shipping, produced in the USA. Love it or your money back. These are very good, bolsters to your checkout process. 2 customer reviews is very important. I really like going through the product pages of my competitors and pulling information from them. So this is literally one from a Canvas website that does over $100 million a year. Let that sink in. They started this company 2-ish years ago, and it's doing $100 million a year. Why? Because they have a high AOV, they have high profit margins, and they can beat out their competition and spend more. At the end of the day, what did we say? That wins. So this product page is golden. I'll click off here in a second and show you it. But take a screenshot, do whatever you got to do. Take note of this. This is what I would add to your product page. Literally take this and copy it if you're going to delve in to sell Canvas or you're already selling Canvas. Another thing that I like to do to increase average order value with Canvas is buy 2, get 1 50% off. Now, you're going to want to have a decent product collection before you offer this. So I'd say if you have like 20-ish products, Canvas products or home decor products, then you should add this. This is something that does really well. And again, you're just trying to get them to spend more in your shop. Again, I've mentioned this, but if you can spend $50 to $75 to acquire a buyer and you've shifted your mindset, you will understand that Facebook and Instagram ads, my sister's texting me, Facebook and Instagram ads, the game that you've entered has changed because you're no longer fighting for a $5 cost on a Facebook ad. Like you're actually spending a considerable amount of money to get someone to buy a product. And so you have a lot more room to test. The game is different, I promise. It's the new era of paid social. As I've said, I'm under mentorship with like one of the best ad agencies in the country. There's like a couple of them, and one of them is my good friend. I just went and got Italian ice with him the other week, and because it's hot as shit in Chicago. You know, he only likes to work with people who have an AOV of $100 or more. And again, we're still building to that, but there's a reason for that, because when you spend $50,000 to $100,000 a day on Facebook ads, you have to have some balls, and you need margins to back that. Otherwise, you could go in the red really fast. And so, you know, I'm literally passing on information from, you know, one of the best in the entire industry. I'm not even the best when it comes to Canvas, but that is a key nugget that, you know, this is a new era of paid social acquisition, and Canvas and this evolved mindset really puts you in the winner category. And then lastly, like, it shifts you from like short term wanting to make a couple bucks on a t-shirt sale or a mug sale into lifetime value. And if you've been listening to anyone that actually matters in the space, Justin being one of them, lifetime value is everything. This product gives you the ability to increase your lifetime value so much more quickly. They've seen t-shirts, they've seen the ads down their throats for years. They have not seen Canvas. Here are some product specs. You know, here's a why statement we use on our product page. So I'll show you it on the page, I think after this slide. But here's a why statement. Again, I would copy this if I were you. The Canvas has been the best medium for visual art for centuries, and for good reason. It's durable, affordable, and it holds the color and texture of our art better than anything else on planet Earth. That's a powerful statement. This is part of the branding emphasis that I was talking about. When someone is looking at a price tag of $100 or more online at some store maybe they've never heard of, this statement alone could push them over the edge to buy. In addition to that, there's a unique value proposition. It's durable. Our canvases won't tear or rip. Canvas is extremely durable compared to paper print. It's vibrant. The colors and the textures of Canvas art stand out and make for a bolder visual piece. Raw. Canvas lets you focus on the power of the image you've chosen, not the inauthentic gloss of some sheen of paper. It's different than selling a poster, right? That has a cheaper perceived value. It's unique. The three-dimensional structure of the canvas itself naturally draws the eye. Light, never damage your walls. It's a very light product. It's also still inexpensive to ship. So again, I'll talk about that, but there's a lot of money to make. There's a lot of room for margin just in the freight and in the shipping side of this thing. And then it's domestic. You know, Canvas is built from US sourced suppliers, and you know, you're not selling, you know, a large item from China that takes 4 weeks to get there. You're charging a premium, they're getting it fast, and they're getting a quality product. All of this is in the messaging of the product sales page. This convinces people to buy. I promise you. We've used it, it works. So if you haven't taken a screenshot or whatever yet, please do so. It's really important. Okay. Best selling sizes. So as I said here, there's no silver bullet to this answer. Every niche is different. With that being said, think about wall placements in the home. Think about where people may put the canvas. They might put it in their living room, obviously. For sure, in their bedroom, maybe above their bed. Maybe above their desk or their workstation at home. They might put something that says, "God bless this home," which, by the way, we've sold a lot of those in one of our niches. in their kitchen or right when you walk in. There's so many areas in the home that you can decorate, and I don't think people actually understand the depth of that and the size in relation to the statement that I just made. You know, think about where people can put this stuff. It's also relevant to your target market and age demographics. You know, sometimes elderly people, if you're selling like a dog canvas or a cat canvas, as Justin so eloquently loves, they may not want that massive canvas. You know, they may want something smaller, something more elegant, something that fits within the home but isn't a distraction when people see it, you know? So with all that being said, the sizes that we sell are 12 by 16, 16 by 16, 16 by 20, 18 by 24. That's the most popular one. I sell that all day, every day. And then 24 by 36. Now that's a bit of a bigger one, but it still does great and gives you the ability, again, to increase your average order value, which then increases your profit margin, which then increases your ability to acquire another customer. Effective pricing. Pricing, as much of an art as it is, it's a science. There's no right or wrong way to do it except make sure you're making profit. Testing, you have to test price points. I can't give you a silver bullet there. I can tell you what we do and what some of the bigger canvas sites do, and which I will. I think I'm going to click off this presentation to my browser here in a second. But I would say start higher first. A lot of people want to just, you know, go low because it's the easiest thing to do. When I say go higher, like even with t-shirts, I sell my t-shirts for $27 plus like $6.93 or $7 to ship. Again, branding emphasis, quality product. I don't sell Gildans. I don't sell, you know, I don't even wear Gildans. I don't like them. They sell though. I'm not a hater on them. But you definitely should start higher. And I'll share what the price points that you should sell at, but think $60 to $150 depending on what size the canvas art is. Because the costs are still relatively low from the POD suppliers. So there's still a lot of margin to make. Increased perceived value of prints, the site quality, as I mentioned, those landing page hacks that I gave you, literally copy them if you're going to sell canvas. You won't regret it. Mock-up and advert quality creativeness and branding of the product. With that being said, I'm going to click off and show you some stuff. So why don't I show you this first? Justin, are we good?
Q&A at the end.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm talking too fast or whatever. I'm just kind of flowing. Okay, cool. So I'm happy to send you guys this as well. This applies to really any product, but this is how I kind of test the margins and if it's worth it to sell this product on one of our stores. This is literally a plug and play spreadsheet. Again, happy to send you this. I have a couple other things that I'll include that I'll also share that I'll send you that can help you kind of get off the ground if you're hesitant or you're in between thoughts or whatever, if you're scared maybe. Look at this. Retail price, $99. Shipping revenue, $15. COGS. Say it costs $23 for that $99 piece. The shipping is $12.10, so you're making a delta there, a profit in between, right? Credit card processing, a lot of newbies or like mid-sized sellers don't even factor that in. That eats into your margin. You absolutely should factor that in. And then returns. You know, we hope there's not a lot of returns, but just for safekeeping, we forecast 10% of our orders to have returns, even though in reality we'd like it to be under 1%. But just in case, so we don't get, you know, our ass handed to us, which I've lost a lot of money in poor fulfillment and things like that in the past. So it's definitely a factor, and I would definitely recommend that you consider that as you price out your items and understand what your real net margin is. And then CPA, as you see here, we put about 33%, which is similar to a Facebook ad. Fluctuates obviously, or sorry, a t-shirt ad. It fluctuates a bit obviously, but again, you have that extra profit margin to play with here. So, and then if you're looking at a larger canvas item, again, I'm going over retail pricing as well. So if we're doing this, let's say this is the 18 by 24, just to put it in practicality for you. This is the 18 by 24 dimension. And then this one is the 24 by 36, or whichever POD provider you use. There's different dimensions, but they're all roughly the same. So this one's the 18 by 24. This one's the 24 by 36, right? Cool. So $149 for the retail price. Again, as I mentioned before, $100 or more is free shipping. So you eat that, but you're making that much more money. So you give them free shipping, no problem. You can even charge them expedited shipping and make the shipping back. The COGS on that, call it $33. The shipping on that's $12.10. Again, the same kind of model logic here, right? Now let's go to the gross revenue and gross profit side of this Canvas unit economics spreadsheet that I have. Again, this applies to every product that you sell, so you actually understand your net margin, because what matters is how much money goes into your bank account at the end of the day. That's how you build a business. Gross revenue is $114. The COGS, 21%. That's pretty low. Gross profit, $90. Credit card processing, shipping, returns, and then your cost per acquisition. And so you're making, at the end of the day, you're making around, this is what we make. We're making around $27 on the 18 by 24. And so this is all broken out by percentage too. As you see, these are all formulas. So happy to send this to you guys. It's helped me a lot as I've ventured, a couple years into the building my own stores and selling and things like that. This type of logic has really helped me stay profitable and, build a team on the back end of this based on, having some rigorous controls in place through pricing. So gross revenue on the 24 by 36, or the larger kind of item. The COG is similar, 22% instead of 21. That's fucking awesome. Gross profit, $116. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Like, what other product can you sell and make that type of gross profit? Like, there's not many out there. I'm telling you that from experience. Justin can probably chime in as well. Gross profit, $116. 78%, just under 78%. Your CC processing, etc. So you have $50 here to acquire someone. And this is just like worst case scenario, guys. Like, these CPAs are a lot of the times on what I do here, as you see with like the returns and stuff, it's typically worst case. So anything, like if I get the CPA down to 25%, like that's just like cash in the bank, So that's awesome. And then we did a little input thing for 2 small items, but you can kind of expand on this. But I'm telling you, a lot of people don't even do this when they start selling products online, and this is the number one, foundational piece that I would do in order to stay in business, after your first couple months selling POD. So very important. And again, Justin, you can notate this, but I'm happy to send this out to everyone who attended this webinar.
The replay.
Sweet. Let's see what we got here. So
do a Q&A at the end of this, so make sure you got your questions ready, and we'll open it up to Q&A in a few minutes, so we'll get those prepared.
Awesome. Okay, cool. How am I doing on time?
50 minutes. So we should probably,
Sounds good. All right, I'll try to I'll try to move a little bit quicker. So guys, check out these websites. Iconic $100 million company. Look at what they do creatively. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on YouTube. Their YouTube ads are killing it right now. I take a lot of inspiration from them. A lot of their product landing page hacks, a lot of that stuff comes from these guys. So if I've been able to build a 7-figure Canvas site, with a lot of inspiration for them, I'm sure many others can follow that suit. iCanvas, $30 million company here in the suburbs of Illinois. Guys, these people literally buy like royalty-free files, like royalty-free art, and then they just like edit it and upload it onto canvases. So the ideas are endless. Like you can go to Shutterstock. You literally can go to any different website. You can go to Shutterstock. You can go to Scopio. That's my cousin's startup. It's insane how much content there is out there. You don't even have to like think of it. Here's another one that's awesome. Canvas Freaks. I follow them a lot on Instagram. They do a lot of cool things. I would look at them. Canvas Cultures. I know the guy who started this. He's a good guy, and he kind of has the iconic inspiration, if you will. Take a look at this website. It's awesome. Another website that I like to look at a lot of the times is Threadless. Look at their wall art section. They're literally down the street from us here in Chicago out of our office, and they do awesome stuff. So take a look at them. Society 6, they also do a great job. I would also look at them for inspiration, whether that's product research or how they're, selling the product or their mock-ups or whatever. One other thing that I wanted to do, I know we're running late on time, is I definitely want to talk about this, the AOV builder, shipping mindset, expedited shipping upsell for sure. Do this. This is literally from my page, from our site. Take this, steal it. I'm telling you to take it. You add standard shipping, 7 to 10 business days, then you add expedited shipping. You can even change this to be safe, right? When you start, do 8 to 10 business days, do 8 to 11 business, do 8 to 14 business days, whatever, try it out. Add another $10 to $15 by charging expedited shipping. It works, believe me. What constitute a good design? Again, I gave you some references. The design quality must be better than t-shirts. You got to elevate your game here. It's literally a canvas to paint. I talked about product R&D a little bit. Royalty-free imagery is key. Use by, redesign it. User-generated content websites, Scopio, Shutterstock, 500px.com. Take a look at those websites, guys. There's a lot of cool information. There's a lot of information out there for starters in this Canvas game. I do AliExpress order filtering and relevant search queries to see proof. That's also how I source ideas. Etsy's filled with inspiration. I use Amazon's Jungle Scout Chrome extension, and then as I said, I look at a lot of those different marketplaces that I've had. Also, Justin told me that ecom library, that the library of designs that he has is going to be populated with Canvas in the next month or so. So that should also help you guys as well. Creating stunning adverts. This is so important. I'm happy to send you some of the adverts that we have. I didn't realize I was talking for so long, and we're almost up. But static ads and mock-ups are good. Dynamic ads, carousel ads, show off the angles. There's multiple different angles that you can kind of flaunt. And then open source settings and scenes in living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to show you this. This is really important. In addition to that spreadsheet, I'm down to also send you this. Here are settings that we use. Check them out. They're sweet. I mean, look at that. Disregard the style of canvas this is. It's just a setting template where you go in Photoshop and then just swap out the canvas mock-up. Look at that. I mean, these are literally adverts that we use that convert and get insanely high click-through rates. Look at this. So I'm down to send you guys all of this stuff for free. I don't want anything. I just want to enable you. What else can we do? I'm going to go into present one more time. Well, we can finish this off so we can get to Q&A. Videos. I'm going to send you some that I think do really well as a follow-up in the email as well, but unboxing ads by far are what works the best. You take a look at unboxing ads, like if you order a product and then make a 10-second snippet of you taking it out, unwrapping it, hanging it on your wall. Try that out. Let me know how it works. Kills it for us. Test snippets, 5 to 10 seconds and 15 to 30 seconds. Those are where the sweet spots are. You want to include the canvas, the actual mock-up, the design of what people are seeing within the first 3 seconds of the advertisement. I'm be very cautious about that. Don't wait till it's 10 seconds in. And then UGC with Canvas and home decor, love it. It works every time. Video ads, you guys know, I don't have to go too much into detail here, but video ads crush it with Canvas. It actually allows people to bring the message to life so they can visualize it. We've even seen people like do crazy things with video ads, like take the canvas and flip it around so it's 3D, and then it like goes and sticks on the wall. Like that one has insane engagement. The ones that work for us the most are just carouseling the different types of wall canvases that we have, and then putting some like background music to it that really resonates with someone. This is our Canvas site. And over the past year, we've done a little over $1 million. It's primarily comprised of Canvas. The online store has done the majority of it. We've tested wholesale. It's a little bit harder, but as you see, we've gotten some sales there. We're exploring different sales channels like Amazon as well. And the average order value is a lot higher than what we get in t-shirts. T-shirts are about $30 to $35, if that. So we're already doubling it. We're working on getting it to 100. And so we've been selling a lot of smaller items in our store. And people are getting acclimated to spend that higher end item, the higher end $150 canvas. I haven't tried the $299 and stuff like that. I think that requires a lot of different artwork as well, but we're exploring it. So we've done a little over $1 million. Profit margin is pretty good, and that equates to about 16,000 orders. Here's a screenshot directly from our ads account, as I showed in the promo video to promote this webinar. But we use top of the funnel, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel all the time. So this particular ad campaign, we spent $16,000 to make over $100,000. Now that tells you something. That definitely resonated. That was a Canvas ad. And so as you see here, we made about 16% ad spend there. You know, and in my model, I was forecasting 33 just to be safe, right? So that's gravy right there. But don't forget that website ads to cart conversion value is also really important, because you know, they may not have bought in the top of the funnel ad, which is more of the broad spectrum, broad stroke method. But as you see, their add to cart value was another $40,000, $50,000. So you push them down to the middle of the funnel, which is your retargeting and your email, because they've showed intent before, you know? So as they've showed intent, then you get them with a discount or something. If they don't buy, then we create a bottom of the funnel ad that really aggressively tries to get them to purchase. And so that might be, you know, more discounting or other different techniques that, you know, we've tried. It's hit or miss. This particular one, for this one was a static ad. So that wasn't even a video ad. Yep, you can ask me more questions about this in the Q&A. This was the actual campaign. So this, the top of the funnel ad that I shared with you, 16% marketing cost, which is awesome. Was very excited about that. I know my CMO, Jacob, was also really excited about that. And like when we see something like that, we just say fucking step on the gas, like as fast as we fucking can. And so look at the engagement behind this. Those templates that I shared with you, I'm not going to give up my brand name. I will tell you that we sell this particular store is in city skylines. And there's a lot of royalty-free imagery we use and things like that. But those ad templates I sent you are literally what we use to achieve this ad. So again, ask me for it, I'll send it to you. I talked about the mock-ups and the settings. You know, you want to really capture the home. There's a lot of open source stuff out there. We use mock-ups that evoke a lot of sincere emotion. Sometimes we shoot our own. I'm trying to stay away from that, but as we get more and more volume, I think we have to get more and more authentic with our audience. So that's definitely something that's in the works prior to Q4. Here are some print providers that we use. We use T-Launch, we've used Printify, we use another private one called Print.ai. I've also used Gear Launch. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I just prefer these three providers when it comes to home decor, but I definitely think that there's a lot of opportunity, and there's still a lot of POD providers out there that help. Okay, things to look for. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then I guess I can end it here. Decorate the entire home. You know, wall canvas is applicable at every room, but sell them more stuff, man. The bedroom, kitchen, these things are crushing it. Tumblers. You know, I still consider that kitchen. So my thought process on home decor is broad. Team building, talk about that. But I use Upwork and FreeUp. I outsource product launch, creative design, and copywriting. And yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome, and go ahead and actually talk about Prolific, because I think Prolific is pretty cool, and yeah, would love to hear.
All right, Justin, I think that's it, man.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. That was great. And just real quick, if you could talk about Prolific Academy real quick. I didn't want to cut you off at that point. Go for it and just share that information real quick, and then I'm going to pick some questions, and then I'll read them out loud to you.
Yeah, so it's still at its early stages, but we're going to build a community of the best and brightest in print on demand. My vision for that is to leverage my team's knowledge in POD, e-commerce, viral marketing, digital marketing, ad creatives, copywriting, etc., and enable people just as you have, Justin. But it's more complementary to what you do. So my plan with Prolific Academy is to not necessarily sell courses and stuff, but just have a knowledge, a community of knowledgeable people to support one another. And we're probably going to open up mentorship. I don't know exactly what that looks like. I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking for mentorship or coaching. I don't typically do it. I'm open to it. But I think my last point on Prolific Academy is it's going to be an eclectic of the best and brightest in e-commerce, in particularly print on demand. Justin's a part of it. We're going to have, the founder of T-Launch a part of it. We're going to have some of the best and brightest minds, in the game, including myself. I consider myself one of the best in this academy to teach modules and film content and things like that, because one of my life goals is to impact 1 billion people. I've impacted over 50,000 with Thread Me Up and a few other ventures. And I can't wait to, continue on this mission. It's in my DNA. I'll never stop.
Everyone, let's get those crazy 9s this time in the chat box for Ramsey, especially if you enjoyed some of the stuff. I mean, he shared a ton of great stuff here, so let's give him some love. Let's see those 9s, crazy 9s in there. And I see Mauricio just gave 726 million 9s, so he really liked it. And no, honestly, that was great, and you did a great job on that. And I picked some questions out here that I think are going to be, the least redundant and most helpful for everyone. And I think you shared some really actionable tips. I see, the common question is obviously, how are we going to get you this replay? How are we going to get you the spreadsheet? Don't worry, we'll be sending you that. We can just send you that directly through the webinar, so it's not going to be an issue. You'll get that automatically in a day or so. But let me give you some questions here, and I would love to hear your thoughts on some of these. I think these are great. So Alex, first of all, he says amazing webinar, and he says since canvases are higher price points, how many times do you need to retarget a prospect for them to become a buyer? Basically, like what's going to be the frequency of needing to advertise to them to make that sale, considering it's a bit more expensive of a product?
As you see with what we do top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. And so we retarget pretty aggressively. As soon as someone shows intent, we're on them. And we're on them not just within Facebook. We're on them cross-platform. We're on them Instagram. We're on them on Taboola. We're on them on Outbrain. And if you guys don't know what those placements are, those are like, if you go on like the Wall Street Journal or a publication or something, they'll see your ad placement, So we retarget pretty aggressively, but I'm telling you, I think if you have a niche that you sell into, and you've sold something to them before and you introduce Canvas, I think they're going to eat it up off of the first time. That's not like a promise, but I definitely think that they'll resonate.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. And it's definitely a lot easier if you already have a customer base. If you're in a niche, we're all doing passion-based niches. If you've been following what I'm teaching, it's an easy product ad, right? I mean, you should just immediately add, especially after this webinar. You have so many actionable tips. Just add it to your store. You saw the different partners that were in there. So we got another question from James, and I think this is a good question. He talks about, or he said that you talk about, sites like Shutterfly, basically royalty-free stock image, right? That's definitely a very low barrier of entry in terms of having someone who doesn't necessarily have access to a great designer just immediately start listing Canvas. What would be the kind of bare minimum? And his question is really, what are the slight changes that are needed? But I think the better question is, what's the bare minimum that you need to do in terms of editing those pictures to make them okay to use?
So if you buy the item off of a Shutterstock, you don't need to edit anything. You have a license to that image. And the iCanvas website that I shared with you guys, the majority, I'd say 80% of their catalog is pre-purchased stock images, essentially, and they just manipulate them to fit in whatever the canvas dimensions are. And so that's my first route at going there. And if you did want to redesign it, just like, I don't know, I like to change my stuff, by 50%. Some people play a little bit more aggressively. But again, if you buy it, and a lot of this stuff is cheap, they're like $5, $10, like a pop, you don't have to change it. You literally just pop it right onto the mock-up and sell it.
Got some more feedback. Joseph Kim says, this is golden. So glad I made the time to be here. Steph's asking about a recommended canvas print on demand supplier. You kind of already went through that, I guess. Why don't you give those recommendations one more time? So I know a lot of people are looking for the apps that they're going to install.
Sure. And I'll also send a follow-up email. We use, honestly, we use a combination of them. The people that I put there are the people that we use. We use T-Launch, we use Printify, we use Print AI, which is a private app, and I also use Gear Launch for some of our other websites that we're kind of testing to get off the ground. So I think a lot of them have a lot of options, and I think you should try it. Like, there's no fucking reason not to.
Yeah. Well, definitely, going with the idea of money loves speed, right? You just want to start moving on this ASAP. This has been around for, over a year now in terms of people really crushing it. So it's definitely time for really everyone to do it. Looks like L has a question. He says, is it better to start a Canvas-only website or combine with POD? And I'll just chime in for me. I mean, I've seen no reason why you wouldn't want to offer other print-on-demand items. I mean, that's the whole point of print-on-demand. You could just add multiple items right now. That's why if you're doing any POD, you want to add Canvas right now. If you're doing Canvas, add everything else. So, Ramsey, would you kind of agree with that?
100%. I don't think you should be deterred if you have a niche as well that you think could do well with Canvas to start a home decor website or whatever. But I would definitely recommend to sell apparel, to sell drinkware, to sell other home decor items in addition to Canvas under one umbrella.
Has all that flexibility. Anyone doing Shopify really has the flexibility to add all these products. Monty says, thanks guys. This has changed my business plan for Q4. That's awesome. You guys are going to get, Ramsey's info, obviously, when he sends you this stuff. So by all means, I see a couple people already interested in Prolific Academy and coaching and the one-on-one that, you kind of committed to doing. Just talk to him about that for sure. He's happy to, talk to all you guys individually. Let me grab a couple of good questions, a couple of final questions here. And again, I see a lot of questions about the replay and stuff. We're going to send you everything, via email, so don't worry about it. It's all going to be free, so you don't need to do anything. Just look out for the email. Nathaniel says, do you recommend testing new designs with Canvas or waiting to transfer winning designs to Canvas? So basically saying, are you going to just go right on Canvas with new designs, or you're only going to go with
both?
Yeah. But
here's the thing. I'm aggressive as fuck. Like, I'll launch 10 to 15 products a day. Like, my mindset is like, go balls to the wall if I have a niche, because I want to own the niche, So to answer that person's question, I would do both. The lowest hanging fruit is to take your winners and sell them on other products, one being Canvas.
Thanks for finally coming on here. I've been trying to get you to do this for a while, so really appreciate it. Obviously, the feedback's been great, so everyone is really enjoying what you were talking about. And I think this is going to be a really interesting. I've seen a lot of questions about ads and targeting, right? And I think a lot of people, especially I know Mauricio, he's going to do this himself tonight because he likes kind of just jumping pretty quickly. His question: following the Chicago skyline example, how would you target your customers? Would you target people living in Chicago to start selling? And then he has a follow-up. Would you also then combine and intersect interests like home decor or wall art that are just those big broad interests? And of course, don't use Chicago as an example, but just theoretically, how would Mauricio, who definitely is going to copy this model, and I say that positively because I like it, he's going to be doing this later tonight.
If I were to use Chicago as an example, I would create an ad campaign that's specifically about prospecting. To start, that would be the first one. I would go broad. I would let Facebook algorithmically target it. And then I would also create another ad campaign with flex targeting, like someone that was in Chicago or that likes the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Cubs, someone that you think could be passionate about the product. If you're using cats as an example, like Justin, how would you do that?
You guys know my targeting strategy there, but basically he's saying the same thing. And, Ramsey has, like you said, has gone through the boot camp. The same strategies work. A lot of people are using these type of strategies. If you're going to be using things based on passion, you want to go after those passionate groups. So you said sports teams is one group. Another great one locally is magazines, newspapers, right? You're not going to like the New York Times or the Chicago Tribune if you're not in Chicago. So obviously it's just the same type of targeting that's going to work, whether it's cats, whether it's location-based. The point is you're going to obviously be able to get in front of the right customer, and you're going to have a really cool, unique product with a great margin. This is why we like Canvas so much. So that's kind of the good combination. So Ramsey, why don't you I see a lot of people asking about how they could follow you or connect with you on Instagram or Facebook. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that, or even post that up in the chat so everyone will get it. But again, this will be in the email as well. You'll get all of Ramsey's stuff.
Yeah, sure. Just add me on Facebook and then add me on Instagram. And that's my personal domain that's launching. And you guys will be a part of our content series if you want to be for Prolific Academy, where we're going to provide a lot of tips and tricks and things of that nature.
All right, guys. Well, honestly, I was sitting here thinking about, starting a Los Angeles Canvas store as we were kind of just talking, just because I know how much you crush it over there, and it's, you definitely did a great job motivating me, and I'm sure everyone else for sure. So guys, again, let's see those crazy 9s in the chat box. If you're going to be doing Canvas, now's the best time. Get prepared for Q4, and obviously, definitely see a ton of 9s over there. So again, it's a great presentation. We're going to definitely, hopefully, it only took me about 2 years to convince you to do this, so hopefully it doesn't take another 2 years to have you come back. And obviously everyone's excited about Prolific Academy as well. So we'll make sure that we, let them know about that. And guys, really appreciate, guys and girls, everyone, appreciate you spending some time with us tonight.
One thing, guys, is Justin's awesome. He's one of my best friends in this crazy industry. I respect him. I know he respects me. Him and I have worked and made millions of dollars together. And I'm really excited to continue this educational component with him and with Prolific Academy. So make sure to, add me on social media, and we'll make sure to hopefully do this again soon. Eh, Justin?
Hold you to it, and I think you got a lot of people that are going to want to see you here again. So again, thanks so much, Ramsey. It's a great job, great presentation. Everyone, money loves speed, guys. Just take action on this. Literally, we didn't nothing to sell you here. We just want you to go ahead and do this. So go ahead and check it out. Build your Canvas store, add Canvas on there, and you're going to see a lot more from Ramsey in the coming weeks. So Ramsey, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.
Cheers.